JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 21st of January 2021. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Thursday's afternoon session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But as always, guys, before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website, and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yep, feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top. So now then, jumping quickly into the charts, quick update here on the German index, the DAX. The index opened nicely here above this this 13,940 level that I talked about this morning, and of course above this downside line drawn from the high of the 8th of January. However, as we can see, after opening well above it, it kind of drifted back down. However, remains above this this key area of support, which just yesterday was seen as a good area of resistance, this 13,940 level. So let's see how all this is going to play out. If this is going to remain here above this hurdle, above this downside line, then of course on my next target is the current highest point of January near the 14,131 zone, and then we'll take it from there. For now, I'm gonna be very careful. I'm cautiously bullish. But like I said, if the price remains above this 13,940 zone. Now jumping into NASDAQ 100, guys, and yesterday the index, the index managed to achieve another wonderful result. It did push higher. It created a new all-time high. Basically, that's quite astonishing here. It reached the area near the 13,332 territory. If we take a look at the cash index right now, we can see that the price is already above that area. So we'll basically have ourselves a nice opening gap here to the upside, and within the uncharted territory, in the new territory here. The cash index did almost reach today the 13,400 level, but let's see how this is going to play out today. For now, basically, of course, as I've mentioned to you guys this week and the last week, that for now, yes, we were more on the positive side, and yep, especially if the index kind of breaks here above this previous all-time high near the 13,113 level. And you can see that yesterday that happened exactly what we were talking here. We broke this upside line, we broke this key barrier, and yep, and entered the uncharted territory and continue, and it seems that it wants to continue pushing higher. Of course, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of skepticism here that eventually this will have to turn around, but well, we were skeptical even back here in November, for example, but as you can see, the index continued to rally, and we were then skeptical here in December. It also continued to rally and create new all-time highs, and after this little kind of setback that we had here after January 8th, you can see that yes, once again we hit a new all-time high. So don't get me wrong, at one point we will get another little setback here, another correction lower, because we can draw this upside line right now, taken from the low of the 10th of November, and in a way this could kind of, we could keep an eye on this one and keep an eye on this. Don't get me wrong, it's a bit of a tentative upside line, but nevertheless, as you can see, kind of we had a few nice touches here, so we'll keep that on our chart. If the index starts dropping, for example, today back below the 13,332 territory, and if it stays here below this area, then maybe we could go for a bit of a larger correction correction here towards this upside line, and then we'll take it from there. Similar story here with the S&P 500, and the index also did have a nice move higher yesterday. It hit the level here, the 3,860 territory, almost that level, and it hit that level and stayed there. Looking at the cash index, we can see that the price is currently balancing just near this area, and actually not far from yesterday's this level here, this 3,859 zone. So let's see how this is going to play out today, because currently, like I said, the cash index is balancing near this level. Let's see if we can get a further push north. We can also redraw an upside line here. It's a tentative one. There's a lot of ifs here. We could potentially draw it this way, but still, don't get me wrong, all this is still quite tentative. So, but I'll stick to this one. It seems that it has a few more accurate touches here. So this one is drawn from the low of the 30th of October, and in a way, if the price continues to balance above it, then there is a good indication that the index might continue drifting higher. But let's be very careful here. For now, although we are slightly overbought here, but I'll still continue targeting the upside, because in a way, for now, it seems that January is a strong month here for the equity world. Gold, jumping into gold, and look at this beautiful reversal here. So basically, this is what I was talking about this morning and this week, where I was saying that yes, the first area of resistance that I'm going to be keeping an eye on is going to be this 1864 territory. If that gets overtaken, then my last resort is this downside line drawn from the high of the 7th of August. So for now, we can see that it's doing its job in a way. The index is, the commodity is trading below it. So if, for example, today we'll see this daily candle, or today or tomorrow, this daily candle, let's say, ending the week somewhere below this 1864 territory, then maybe, just maybe, there is actually a chance for the bears here to step in and drive this one lower. I'll keep an eye on this area first, because as we can see, somehow this 1819, 1818 area, approximately around there, did kind of act as a nice support zone. To be honest, we can see why, because we have the 200-day EMA here coinciding with this level. So that's going to be my initial target again, especially, like I said, if the price continues to trade below this downside line. If it pushes above this downside line and climbs above the 1907 territory, I'm abandoning the downside scenario and I'm aiming for some higher levels. Now, Bitcoin. So finally moving out of this triangle here, and basically I keep repeating this, guys, because when we look at the monthly chart, it seems that it's just following the same scenario as it did here back in 2017-18, where, as you can see, we did have a strong move here. For example, here on Bitcoin in December, we had 2017, we had a strong move higher here, but then next year kind of started off with the decline. Here we have a bit of a shift here by 1 month. So January is seen as a kind of a new all-time high here, as a month where we have hit the new all-time high. And let's see how February is going to get along here, because in a way this could lead maybe to a possible correction lower. I mean, for now, looking at even from the technical side of this picture on the monthly chart, I mean, let's see if this is going to form a possible kind of shooting star here, but which tends to be a reversal signal, but for according to all the TA rules. But again, let's see how all this is going to play out. For now, everything's leaning a little bit more towards the downside. You can see why we've broken this triangle, and now we're drifting lower. My next target, Previously, I talked about this 28,244, but now, to be honest, I'm going to stick to this little area right here, the low of the 4th of January. And if I'm not mistaken, let me just actually grab, yep, that's not far. Actually, that's the lowest point of January, this 28,540 level. So that's going to be my next target. Let's see how this is going to play out, because it's going to be quite interesting to see if we're going to close January, for example, below this level. If we do see this one dropping below this area, well, I mean, that's not really looking good here for Bitcoin going further. Now, jumping into Ethereum very quickly. So Ethereum, look at this beautiful movement. I mean, this is what I talked about, guys, on Tuesday, when this popped higher here, I said, guys, watch out for this 1405 territory, because if it continues to provide resistance, then we might see a nice reversal back down. And we're getting that exactly. However, with Ethereum, I'll be very careful here, because we are approaching this 21-day EMA, which somehow does provide a decent area of support. Although we get these little overshoots here, but nevertheless, still, it kind of provides a decent support. Also, something to keep in mind is this upside line here, which also is not far from this 21-day EMA. So if we do overshoot this 21-day EMA, keep your eyes on this upside line drawn from the low of the 23rd of December, and then we'll take it from there, guys. USDCAD. Now, very quickly on this one, the pair is drifting lower. Yesterday we saw the pair selling off here, and basically falling below the 1.2630 territory here, this low of the 6th of January here, which continued to provide decent support up until yesterday, actually up until today, because yesterday, although we didn't overshoot this, you can see that the pair still ended the daily candle above this hurdle, above this 1.2630. Today we're seeing a continuation move lower here. Now the big question here is, how far can we go? How far lower can we go? And of course, for that, I would need to kind of jump into history here and well, scroll a lot of to back here. So the next little target that I'm going to be keeping an eye on, and is going to be, let me just quickly grab a horizontal line here, this little target right here, the lowest point of April of 2018, and that's roughly around the 1.2527 territory. That's going to be my next target here if the rate continues to trade below the 1.2630. If it somehow reverses back to the upside here and stays above the 1.2630 zone, especially if it stays till the end of, well, actually by the end of Friday, if it's going to stay here above this, then maybe not everything is well here in the bear block, because we'll see basically this as a potential false breakout. And then, of course, it'll be very interesting to see if we can actually go back up here and basically confirm this little area as a potential range. Don't exclude that scenario, but for now, of course, that scenario is our second scenario. The main scenario is, for now, to the downside, especially, like I said, if the pair trades below the 1.2630 zone. GBPUSD, quick update here, popping above this 1.3719 level. I talked about this today, guys, and but what I was also saying was that we need that daily candle remaining above this area. Yes, we had a nice break here, but what I don't want to see here is another false breakout. For now, given that we saw the pair kind of drifting back down here towards this 1.3719, it's just showing that, well, again, the bulls are trying hard to kind of keep this one higher, but of course, all the issues with UK at the moment are not really kind of weighing in here positively on the British pound. So let's see how this is going to play out. For now, of course, the whole kind of the whole technical picture here shows that yes, there is still a chance for this one to move further north. However, as I've mentioned this morning, I'll stick to the same idea that I would like to see that daily candle remaining above the 1.3719, and then I would go for maybe some higher levels. And EURGBP, quick update. Now this one is a bit of an interesting one. So on one hand, everything's working fine here. My target has been reached, well, actually just fractionally, maybe just by shy by a few pips didn't hit that level, but the 0.8826 territory, that's what I was talking about, guys. And we managed to kind of come close to that, so I'll take that as a success, because what I was saying, that if the pair continues to trade below the 0.8866 territory, then that's my next target, the 0.8826. We managed to reach that. Now the big question here is, what will we do next? To be honest, at this point, I will probably leave it like this. But I will draw this way now. If the pair continues to trade below this 1.0866 territory, then yes, another maybe test of the 0.8826 level could be possible, and then I'll take it from there, because if this kind of provides a bit of support here, maybe we'll see a nice rebound here and a push higher. However, if you want to look at some higher levels now, probably we could start off with a break of the 0.8933 territory, the one that I talked about previously, or even maybe a little bit lower here. So for example, this little high of this week, so that's the current highest point of this week near the 0.8925 level. So a nice good pop above this level here could do the trick for more buyers. So keep your eyes on this, the current highest point of this week near the 0.8925. If that gets broken to the upside here, then well, I mean, we could go for some higher levels, but at the moment I'm excluding that scenario, or should I say, that's not my main scenario. My main scenario is for now still to the downside. EURUSD. So EURUSD, finally here, the pair did try to overcome the 21-day EMA. It did manage to overcome it. However, it's struggling to stay above it. So what I need here is, I still need that daily candle remaining above the 1.2158 zone and above this 21-day EMA. Otherwise, I'm not really doing anything with the upside. We did get the ECB press conference today, so guys, bit of positivity coming out from that press conference. So yeah, we saw a nice good reaction here on the euro dollar. However, let's see how the market will digest this, and by the end of the day, and let's see where this this daily candle will end up being today. So if it stays above if it goes above the this 21-day EMA, then yep, I'll start looking at some higher levels. But if it continues to struggle to overcome it, then maybe not all is good here in the bull block. So keep your eyes on that one, guys. So I'll have to wrap it up here, guys. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for joining in and watching this one till the end. I really appreciate your time. So if you want to catch my video tomorrow morning, as always, my Trader's Espresso, that's 7 o'clock GMT time. For now, guys, have a wonderful evening, stay safe, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.